Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Having a few internal issues. Can everyone hear me now?
Hey Laura, this is Jared. I just typed in and I could not hear you, but I can now.
Okay, perfect. I don't know why it was muted. All right, so we're going to just jump through these real quick. Referred producer program, since no one could hear me. If you refer an agent over to IAMS, I'm going to give you $50. When you referral writes their first piece of business, we're going to give you $100. Thereafter, all the business you write, you're going to earn 20 basis points on. So good way to build up a referral. That commission's not coming out of your pocket. It's not coming out of your referral's pocket. It's coming out of IAMS's pocket. So a great opportunity there. We'll also mention, since you guys couldn't hear me at first, I apologize for being on late. I was on a little lengthy of a phone call, so I do apologize for the late start. Marketing reimbursement is another program we do have available here. For all the business you're writing with IAMS, you're going to earn marketing dollars. So for every $100,000 in annuity production you do, you're going to get $200 of marketing, or $100 of marketing reimbursement. For every $10,000 of life target premium, we'll get you $200. Every $100,000 of single premium life will get you $200 as well. So some great ways there to earn some marketing dollars and let us partner with you on those marketing expenses. Another program we've got here at IAMS is our new producer bonus. This is eligible for anyone who just got appointed with IAMS. You've got 6 months to qualify for this new producer bonus. As you can see here, there are 3 different tiers of different things that we can provide to you. If you do $100,000 in your first 6 months, you have an opportunity for a $750 cash bonus, or we'll build you a website and pay for it for 2 years. Or we'll get you the latest generation of an iPad. If you decide not to cash out at $100,000, go for $300,000. As you can see there's several other options at that level. And if you choose not to cash out at the end of $300,000, we can take you up to $500,000 level. And really a great opportunity at that $500,000 level to let us help you get jump started on seminars. We've got 2 great seminar coaches. Matt Gill does kind of a fixed index annuity approach, and we've got Dave Pimper, who does more of a Social Security 401k approach. So some great opportunities there to have some coaching, have access to their program and what they're doing, and then let IAMS pay for the first mailing. So great opportunity there. If you have questions, give me a call after the webinar. We can talk about it. Here at IAMS, it's part of our name. Service is in our name, and there is a reason for that. Here at IAMS, we really believe that the number one thing we can do for you guys is be a great service to you. As you know, when you call IAMS, if someone's always picking up the phone, you're never going to be talking to a voicemail. You're never getting automated recordings. You know, someone's there to answer your phone call right away. We're going to help with the front end case design. We're going to help when you process, getting the applications completed, scrubbing them for you, making sure you're doing it in good order, submit it, follow up on that business all the way till you get paid your commissions. So there's some great things we've got available on that end. Amber and her team do a great job as far as following up on business, and that's a huge support to agents, especially if you maybe don't have that office help that you may need. And then also our paperless contracting if you're not contracted with IAMS. If you complete our contracting, you'll see there's a page on there where you can select any carrier you want. The same paperwork will work for, I'd say, 98% of the carriers. There's a few select ones that have their own, but other than that, they'll all work off of the same paperwork, which makes it a lot easier for you guys as far as adding carriers down the line. It's one of my favorite departments here at IAMS, the creative department. It'll learn to be one of your guys' favorites as well. Jacob and his team do an amazing job over there. What the creative team here at IAMS does is they are a team of graphic design people who can help with website design, social media marketing. We can create a brand and design logos for you. And then once we do that logo, we'll put it into your website. We'll plug it into any advertising that we're doing. We're going to have it branded for you. So Jacob and his team, if you're looking to do some marketing, want some ideas, you need maybe a magazine ad done, give Jacob or Sean a call. They'd be happy to do some different things for you on that front as well. If you haven't been to our website, as you can see here, it's www.imsinc.com. A lot of great resources out on the website. I'm on our website all day long running different things. Great way to do illustrations, term quotes. If you need forms, you can get to them there. We have a contract with Annuity Rate Watch, so you can always be checking up on the latest rates. Just a lot of great, awesome opportunities there. One of my favorite things on the website, though, is if you go under the support tab, there's a sales resource library. Under that sales resource library, you're going to find all sorts of great client presentations. You know, you got a client asking, what is a fixed index annuity? They've got 13 pages of what a fixed index annuity is. A lot of great fact finders out there, financial calculators. If you're looking for some different estate building kind of tools or some outlines of how to get it going, some great things to find. So check out our website. If you ever want, take a few minutes and have someone walk you through some of the areas of the website, give me a call. I'd be happy to help you out. Retirement Analyzer, this is available to our active agents. So if you are contracted and doing business with IAMS, you do have access to this software through us. It's a great opportunity to plug all your clients' information in, see where their money's at, how much is at risk, where they're going to have shortfalls. And as you can see here, they put them in colorful graphs for you, easy to understand for clients. So Marcus here in our annuity department heads up this software. So if anytime you have questions or want to maybe see a sample, kind of see how it works, give Marcus a call. He'd be happy to help you out. About 2 years ago, Charles and Steve, you know, when the DOL was going on, we decided it was time to enter the financial world of securities. So we did start IAMS Wealth Management. We do have an RIA in this office. So anyone who holds a 65, 66 CFP, you can be registered with IAMS Wealth Management. It is completely fee-based. But for us, we really built this for the insurance producers. So a lot of insurance agents out there never really wanted to go this route, but unfortunately, this is the route that our industry will be taking us down the road. So getting a jump start on it is great. What I tell to my guys is, you know, you go into a household that has 500,000 and maybe AIG or Athene says they're only going to take 400,000 of it. What are you going to be doing with that other 100,000? Are you going to leave it on the table for another financial advisor to come sweep up and put somewhere? You know, if you have your 65, it's easy to put them in a very conservative risk portfolio with IAMS Wealth Management, and it's a great way for you to build for retirement. You're going to be earning a residual on that forever, and that book of business will be so valuable when you go to retire and sell it off to someone, because that future advisor is going to be able to make money on it. So it's just going to really help you as far as retirement. So I really encourage people to consider getting their 65 and having it as an option, just so you're not leaving opportunities out on the table. Our Life and Annuity Academy, I'm going to throw up our first poll question here while we're doing this real quick. While I'm talking about this, if you could answer the question, that'd be great. Our Life and Annuity Academy, we do these probably 3 to 4 times a year. We've got our next one coming up next week. We usually partner with either one of the home offices or do them here at our office in Omaha. What we do, though, is we bring in 30 to 40 active agents with IAMS. You do have to be contracted and doing business with us to come out to an academy, but what we do is we fly you in, we pay for the flights, the meals, the hotels. We bring in a lot of our top producers, and they share with you some of the things that they did to get from the bottom all the way to the top. But really what it's geared toward is marketing. How can we help you grow your business? Are there some concepts, some ideas that we can provide to you that will help you grow your bottom line? So it's a great opportunity also just to be with 40 other agents who are out in the field doing exactly what you're doing, bouncing ideas off of each other and really just gear it toward helping you increase those sales. So if you are interested, if you answer yes to the poll question that I sent out, all that'll do is get you a registration link. That is like a pre-registration. Fill that out. It'll shoot back to me. I'll follow up with you so we can talk a little bit more about if it'd be something that'd be a good fit for you. So, and last but not least is our IAMS 2019 Marketing Summit. This is our Top Producers Escape. We do these every 18 months. It's an 18-month qualification. As you can see, qualification began in January and it runs through June of next year. So plenty of time to qualify, about halfway through that qualification period. $3 million of annuity production will get you there, or any combination of what you can see there on the screen. So single premium life counts every dollar, 1 to 3. You can see your life target premium is going to be counting as well. Med sub, long-term care, all of that included. So,
Hey, Laura.
Yes.
Sorry, this is Jared. It's still showing, for me at least, it's still showing the poll question. So I'm not sure if everyone else is seeing the screen that you're wanting them to
What
see.
is going on with this today? Sorry about that. Is that better?
There we go. That's better.
All right. So as you can see there, you can see all the qualifications there as well. What this gets you is you and a guest for 25th through the 29th, all expense paid. We're going to the Ritz-Carlton. There's golfing. There's spa. There's the beach. There's lots to do. It's just, again, a great opportunity to be around a bunch of other top producers and just building that relationship. And really, if you've ever been on one of these, talked to any of our producers who have, really just joining the IAMS family and getting in with the IAMS family. So it's a really great opportunity to relax with you and your spouse or you and a guest, and let us say thank you for doing business with IAMS. So I apologize for the technical difficulties this morning getting started late, but we do have Jared Anderson. He is with Market Synergy Group. They are a product design group that have designed this AIG product we're going to be jumping into. I think he's also going to touch on a couple of their other proprietary products we've got available here. So with that, I am going to hand it over to Jared and let him take over.
Perfect. Let's see here. Laura, tell me when you're good and you can see my screen.
I can see it. We're just waiting for the presentation to start or blow up.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let's see. On the wrong screen. Audience view.
If you go down to the bottom, you can blow it up from there.
Well, it's blown up. It's on my second screen, so I need to share the other screen. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm still seeing the front slide.
Okay. I apologize. It doesn't usually hit it this way. There we go. How's that?
There you go. We're good to go.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, I appreciate it, Laura, and I'll try and make this quick for all of you. Thank you for taking the time to join us. As Laura mentioned, Jared Anderson from Market Synergy Group. What I want to do today here for 20 or 30 minutes is just briefly talk to you about our AIG Power Select series of products that we have available. As Laura alluded to, Market Synergy Group is a product development and distribution group. We do proprietary products through a select few organizations, IAMS, of course, being one of them. They've been great partners to us from the very beginning. So today's focus is going to be specifically on the AIG American General, and then I'll touch on a couple of our other products. Maybe Laura and I can work with all of you on the line and at a later date, talk more specifically about our recently launched Lincoln Financial Group product, which we're obviously extremely excited about. It's still fairly new. I know we've gotten a lot of traction out of the gates with it, but this is our original product that we started with, so we'll just go into the details with this one for right now. Okay, so as I mentioned, the Power Select series, there's really two different options, and there's two different ways that this product is pitched or presented. or put in front of a potential client. The Power Select Builder is a simple, safe accumulation product designed for exactly what I said. Those individuals who are looking to set money aside for a later date. I'll go through an example here of kind of creating your own income rider, if you will. It seems to be a popular solution with this specific product. And then we'll talk about the Power Select Plus Income. You know, for us, when we design products, we feel that there's a lot of different ways that these can be positioned and potentially be something that, you know, that will fit your client's needs. So we've got both guaranteed income options as well as performance-based that have the ability to keep up with what we refer to as equity inflation. So as I just skipped through, all of these products have S&P type strategies, and as you're all well aware, the industry has gone more towards a volatility controlled index game, if you will. We're no different here. We have a couple different options within this product. The first one we'll discuss briefly is the PIMCO Global Optima. The way I look at this is a really heavily focused equity type of a strategy, as you can see on the screen. 5 different equity classes: international, emerging markets, U.S. small cap, large cap, and mid cap. This one is designed to have more on the equity side, therefore give us the higher possibility of some of those higher returns, or the higher potential of some of those higher returns. What I like to say about this, I oftentimes use a baseball analogy. This is our home run hitter, if you will. Certainly aggressive on the equity side, going to give you the chance for those double-digit returns. But also, you know, just to be fair, there's potentially going to be some zeros over the 10-year time frame. As everyone's seen what happened in the market yesterday, my guess is the majority of these heavily focused equity type of indexes are going to see a pretty big dip over the next 2 or 3 days due to the fact that you know, markets were down substantial. A lot of this is tied to that as well. In addition to that, we have one that I like to call our singles and doubles, our more consistent ML Strategic Balance Index, which is just a combination of the S&P 500 as well as 10-year Treasury futures, 3-month 10-year Treasury futures that floats in and out of that S&P strategy, as well as the fixed income strategy. So this one's a little more consistent, going to get you some of the consistent returns. Our expectation is to see that over a 10-year time frame, like most others, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, somewhere in that range. So a combination of the both is what we've seen a lot of the producers that are writing our product go with. In addition to that, we've got extremely competitive S&P type strategies as well. So I want to just touch base with you real quickly. You can see on the screen here, this is an illustration utilizing the builder and the free withdrawals. I mentioned earlier, the simple safe accumulation builder product is our most popular product year to date. We've seen a lot of business go into this. Oftentimes what I hear when I'm talking to an agent or an advisor is, look, I'm not exactly sure where my client wants to go right now. We don't have a huge need for income. It would be nice to have that flexibility there, but I don't really want to pay an income rider fee. So what we've done here is we've split it up. As you can see in the top right screen, this is just a personal preference, and you know, everyone is different, but I'll never allocate 100% of any crediting option into a specific index option unless requested, because it makes sense to me to spread it out. You know, my theory with that is, if you walked into, as a client walked into a financial advisor and said, hey, I have a 401k here, what should I do? And they say, I'm going to put 100% of your money into the S&P 500 and see what happens. I don't think I'd feel real comfortable with that. So what we're trying to do as a company is make sure that we get the message out there that diversification within an annuity product makes a lot of sense as well. All of these indexes are designed to work in different environments. So if we can maximize the ability to see consistent returns, and over a 10-year time frame, they're somewhere similar, it feels like to us that it makes a better story there. One thing I'll also point out is we recently raised the S&P PAR strategy on the builder to 50%, which instantly saw a big jump in sales because of that. So we've got a simple safe accumulation product with an A+ rated carrier in AIG with 50% PAR. Certainly something that you can have conversations with your clients about. It's something that everybody is familiar with, and we think is going to really, you know, catapult us to the next level, if you will. Excuse me. But back to the illustration. Oftentimes we'll get a request that says, what if I just want to take free withdrawals, kind of create my own income rider? We've done exactly that here. We've split it up 25% into the S&P, 50% PAR, 25% into the MLSP, and then 50% into what I refer to as the home run hitter. To me, in an FIA, if you're looking to, you already have the protection of the downside risk with zeros, right? So let's try and get a bigger portion into something that can hit some of those big home runs. So what we've done is we've taken $1 million illustration to show you here, deferred for 1 year, and we've said to ourselves, what is the highest guaranteed income rider in the industry today? That number is somewhere around $6,400. So for easy numbers, we throw in a $65,000 withdrawal. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, contract anniversary value after 30 years to age 95 is $2 million, okay? The withdrawal amount in this situation is $1,950,000. So again, building your own income rider without charging a fee, and quite frankly, still having control of the asset. My theory has always been that this is a very innovative industry, and if a client doesn't know that they need income right now, we've got a pretty good opportunity to reposition them in 10 years when the contract term is up and you have control of the asset and you have the ability to continue to work with them and put them in a better spot 10 years from now in the event that they don't need income. Obviously, we have income rider products as well, as we'll cover those here in just a second. But this is a great, simple sales tool that we've had a tremendous amount of success with, and it's something that you need to contact IAMS about to have them walk you through an illustration. You know, think of a couple cases that you had for simple safe accumulation. Think about a 50% par on the S&P and an equity-focused strategy as well as, you know, one that's more heavily focused on fixed income, and we can, you know, we can certainly get some consistency out of that. Okay, 2 different income rider options. As I mentioned earlier, the Lifetime Income Plus is our guaranteed income rider, very competitive across the industry. You know, we all look at this as somewhat of a spreadsheet game, if you will. If you called Laura or anyone else at IAMS and said, I've got a 60-year-old that wants to take income in 3 years, Laura has the ability to plug in the numbers and she's going to give you the top 3 or 4 carriers. Generally speaking, this product is going to fall within those top 3 or 4 carriers. Sometimes it wins, sometimes it's fourth. Keep in mind, guaranteed income is what it is. What we've started to see a lot more sales in is our Lifetime Income Plus Multiplier, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. As I look at payout factors, that's one of the things that will absolutely drive our Multiplier product. Our theory is with performance-based income, you have the ability to keep up with equity inflation, and I'll cover exactly how that works here in just a second, but how we have the ability to be so competitive with that performance-based income is due to our payout factors. We'll just focus on age 65, which is a popular age for this industry. You can see single payout factors in this scenario are 525. They increase 15 basis points every single year. Oftentimes what you'll find in the industry, if you have a performance-based income rider or something that has the ability to increase once income is turned on, you're going to have a substantially lower payout factor. So what we love about this product design is if you choose guaranteed or performance-based, you start at the exact same number, and that's unique and that's big and that's different. So let's touch real quickly on the Lifetime Income Plus. As I mentioned, generally speaking, in the top 4, depending on your scenario, Laura has all the information, all the companies available to her. Very popular product for us as well due to the A+ rating through AIG. So how does it work? It's very simple. It's 8% simple interest roll-up. We have super competitive, in some situations, the highest payout factors in the industry. That's what gets us to the top of the list, if you will. The other thing I'll point out with this is we do have the ability to turn on income within 30 days. So sometimes you'll have to wait 1 year. If you have somebody that's looking for immediate income, you can do that with both of our products. So that's obviously a big deal as well. As I mentioned to you, if I look at a heat map and compare some of the most competitive products in the industry for guaranteed income, you can see the areas that were 1, 2, 3, and 4, as I mentioned. These are the more popular retirement ages, if you will. So as I told you, obviously extremely competitive, 1 or 2 in a lot of spots, 3 in some spots, 4 in some spots, just depending on your age and deferral. The other thing that I didn't mention to you on this payout factor page, which I'll go back to, is we are a simple 50 basis point reduction for joint income, which makes us extremely competitive. Hold on just a second so I can pull that back up for you again. It's not going to it. We'll just keep it at that. So 50 basis point reduction. So as I go to the next slide, what you'll see is if you have a joint income scenario, our competitive jumps up tremendously. So a lot more 1s, a lot more 2s. The number is substantially higher, so extremely competitive for those joint case scenarios as well. Okay. Uh-oh, Laura, here we go. There we go. Laura, can you jump on and tell me if you've seen it switch to the joint life income for the heat map?
Yeah, it's on the joint.
Perfect. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little confused with this double screen. So as I mentioned, the joint life scenario, you can see all the ones that are in there. Oftentimes what we're hearing in the field is that joint scenarios are becoming more and more popular as we plan for a couple. They want to have that payment till the death of the second individual, so you can see how competitive we are there. So again, all I can ask of you is to call your marketer at IAMS for scenarios that you run across where you think this may make sense, and ask them to take a look at an illustration for this specific product. Okay, so the lifetime income plus multiplier, as I alluded to before, this is quickly becoming our most popular product due to its design for early income scenarios. I mean, we designed it with that in mind. If an individual is ready to retire and they have a portion of their assets that they're looking to kick on and turn on the income immediately, I can argue that this is one of the most competitive in the industry, and I think you'll see that it is. How does it work? We call it the double and match, okay? So during any deferral stage in which your client is setting that money aside, they get double their index credit in any given year. Once we kick on income, okay, based on whatever credit that they receive, determined by the crediting options that they've chose, there's a simple paycheck increase. If client is getting $10,000 a year and there's a 5% increase to their account value, their income now jumps up to $10,500. I have a couple slides that will show you that here. As I mentioned, going back one here, it's as simple as that. During the deferral stage, 5% credit means that they get a 10% credit to their income base. Once they elect income, a 5% credit to their account value means that their income will increase by $5,000. That's where I mentioned if they're set at $10,000 for easy number sake, that number jumps up to $10,500. That's your new number. That number is locked in for life. So a couple examples here as we put some of the competition up here on stage, why we think that this one makes a lot of sense for those early income scenarios. As you can see on the top left, I mentioned earlier that you have the ability to turn on income immediately. Okay, so if we focus on the North American Benefit Solutions here on the left, this is cumulative income to age 85, close to life expectancy. You can see that utilizing our specific product, we have the ability for these paycheck increases. What you're giving up over a 20-year time frame is roughly $5,640 in guarantees in order to have the opportunity to receive as much as $193,000 based on our most recent illustration utilizing the S&P 500 strategies. So a big difference there. That's why it's become so popular for those clients that walk in the door and say, I'm ready to retire. I need to turn on income right now. This is a great solution for that. We go through 1, 2, and 3 year deferrals. What I'll tell you is the longer you go out, the less you receive in guarantees with this product. That's why we've seen it be so popular for those early income scenarios as you plan for retirement for your clients. So I'll just show you a quick example again. If I go back to this page here, this is utilizing $100,000 in premium. If we add a 0, the next page will show you what I'm referring to. The North American Benefit Solutions, from my research, is the highest guaranteed income if you turn it on immediately at age 65. That number is $5,560 or somewhere in that range. It's roughly $5,500. Go to the next illustration. Generally speaking, when we show examples, we use $1 million examples. So if we added 0 to that, the highest guaranteed income in the industry is starting at roughly $55,000. As you can see in this left column right here, utilizing the multiplier with the paycheck increase based on income crediting strategies, you can see where we ultimately grow to. So this gives us an opportunity to start at $52,500, ultimately growing to $118,451. And this is what we refer to as keeping up with equity inflation. Now, there's other increasing income products in the industry. As a matter of fact, we have one with Lincoln that I'll talk briefly about towards the end. There's Allianz 222, there's the Athene Agility products. A lot of those products will have super high cumulative income numbers throughout the term of their illustration. Our theory was, how do we maximize the amount of retirement income that client gets early on in retirement? So you can see what's different with ours is once the account value equals 0, that number stops growing. But we think it's unique because up to retirement age, we've yet to find any carrier who can beat us up to life expectancy age cumulative income, we've yet to find any carrier who can beat us on these numbers. A lot of those products do require 10 years of deferral in order to take income. You have the ability to utilize free withdrawals and get to that number. But what we're trying to do for this specific situation, we have a 65-year-old that essentially starts out at $52,500. That's their worst case scenario. It'll never go below that. If they purchase a guaranteed income rider, the best they could have is $55,000. We know that that number never changes for life. But what we're doing through their first 10 years of retirement is giving them a raise, right? In our minds, in our design, in our thought process, we look at it as the first 10 to 12 years of retirement are when that client is going to be spending the most. So we want to maximize the amount of retirement income that we can get to them early on and not necessarily see that number grow in their later years of retirement when they're certainly less active. The other thing that I really like about this product is focusing specifically on the S&P 500 page only. All right. Every illustration that you have, every illustration that IAMS can run for you will have an unfavorable and a favorable or a, best, worst. Every carrier calls them something different. But again, if we think about the number, the highest guarantee in the industry at $55,600, again, it's somewhere in that range. I don't know the exact numbers. We're starting at $52,500. If we go to our least or our unfavorable page, what I want you to focus on here is this right here, this negative 1% average annualized return over a 10-year time frame in the S&P 500. We started at $52,500 and we still grew to $70,153, the power of annual reset, right? So we have the ability in a 10-year term that the S&P is down 1%, and we simply credited 3 because of that annual reset to grow from $52,500 all the way to $70,000. So you can see why this product is really taking off for those early income scenarios. That's a solution that we like. That's a solution that we love. And that's certainly something that advisors are taking full advantage of. The last thing I want to cover real briefly is our marketing pieces that Laura and the rest of the team at IAMS has full access to, that you have the ability to put in front of your client. They're all out here. We have a tremendous amount of marketing support. We want to be able to provide you with information that you can put in front of your clients to help them understand not only the crediting options, but also the way the income rider works. Okay, as we get through that, again, just more pieces that we've created to make your job easier. So all of these are available and accessible through IAMS. All you have to do is call them. They all know exactly where to get them. So with that, I'll wrap up the AIG stuff and go briefly into our MYGA product, another proprietary product through our organization, which IAMS has access to. This one's easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to talk about. IAMS has done a tremendous job around letting you guys know that this is out there and available. We have, excuse me, we have an exclusive arrangement with Colorado Bankers Life where we offer a 3, 5, and 7-year MYGA. You can see the rates up there on the screen. We have postcards available for you to send out to your existing client base to maybe capture some of those assets that we're setting in CDs. 3-year rate, 3%, 5-year rate at 3.7, and the 7 years at 4%. These are some of the highest, if not the highest, in the industry. One thing that I will mention to you, when you're shopping for MYGAs or where you have a client that's looking for just a fixed rate guarantee, keep in mind that there are a lot of features on these MYGAs, so don't pay attention to the number unless you know all the details behind the product. Oftentimes, you'll see a teaser number out there. For instance, the highest I think you can find right now on a 5-year is 4%. With our product, you get all of the other features without having to pay for them. Oftentimes, like I said, a teaser rate of 4% will mean that you have no liquidity. You can't take interest. You can't use RMDs. The death benefit isn't the accumulation value, it's the original premium. Now you have the ability to purchase all those, so keep that in mind when you're shopping for MYGAs to make sure that you're doing what's exactly best for your client. Super competitive rates. We've had a tremendous amount of success with them over the last 6 months since we launched with them, and we're obviously excited about where we're going with them. Just a quick snapshot of some of the postcards that we have that you have the ability to plug in your company name and phone number and send out, as I mentioned, to your existing client base. We have newspaper ads. We have a tremendous amount of marketing material in order for you to get in front of the clients with this specific rate, which is super, super competitive right now. Laura, as I mentioned, I think the best thing for us to do for the sake of time is maybe try and reestablish with the group that's on here today, if they're interested in looking at our Lincoln product. Again, Market Synergy Group is a product development and distribution company. As of September 10th, we launched the Retirement Safeguard with Lincoln Financial Group. It's a tremendous accumulation opportunity with ancillary benefits, is the way that we look at it. very similar to some of the most competitive and popular products in the industry today, the Allianz 222, the North American Prime Path, the Athene Agility, where you wait 10 years in order to take income. You have a free income rider. The Lincoln Retirement Safeguard also has a 50% par on the S&P, which makes it extremely competitive. There's death benefit features available as well as doubling features available for long-term care. So super competitive product, another A+ rated carrier that we're doing development distribution through, so we're extremely excited about that. So if any of you want to hear more about that, I'd be happy to do a one-on-one conversation with you and Laura or your marketer at IAMS. We can certainly get into those details, and I think Laura and I will set up a webinar on a later date to go into that one more specifically. Laura, that's all I had. The last thing that I'll add briefly is, we appreciate each and every one of you. I'll say it again, Market Synergy Group is an exclusive development and distribution company, and we have a great relationship with IAMS. All I ask is if you see something that you like up here, please give us the opportunity, call your marketer at IAMS. And I think the easiest way to do it is think about some of your clients that you're coming up with, that you have appointments with, or maybe a couple that you've had in the past and say, I wonder how that product would stack up against what I sold my client. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. We're extremely excited about where we set competitively. Hopefully this information was useful for you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions after the call. Just shoot it over to Laura. I'd be happy to go through any other things that you may want to cover.
Perfect. Thank you, Jared. We really appreciate you taking time out. Just threw the last poll question up for you all. If you do want information on the AIG products we covered today, go ahead and answer yes to that. That'll prompt me to send you out the brochures, some of those marketing materials that you saw in there as well. So if you go ahead and answer yes to that, I will also be following up with each of you individually later today or first thing tomorrow to see if you had any questions. At that point, if you are interested in either the Colorado Bankers or the Lincoln Financial product, we could talk about those more in depth at that time. But Jared, again, thank you for taking time out of your day, and thank you everyone for joining us. Have a good day.
Thanks, Laura.
Bye.